amazing energy, amazing. It kind of kicks off with this kind of fresh start. That's the Fool. This is, you're kind of getting ready to go again. That's what September is, a massive energy shift. As when we talk about cycles completing, and new cycles coming in, we're not talking about something little. This is massive. And it can be like a whole kind of like paradigm shift for us where we see things differently. Everything's different. We want something new. Our dreams have changed, whatever. This could be, I usually think when the world and the Fool show up, this is massive. It's across the whole of our life, relationships, work, everything. We want everything to be new and different. Now, as your underlying energy, and we have the Fool here, it's a leap of faith. There are no guarantees. And I think that's what kind of gets you stuck here when we go forward. Let me have a look, actually. I just want to see what's at the bottom of the deck. Even though that is the card from the bottom, what would have been underneath that? Well, the Prince of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. So that kind of makes sense with that. Because that's Virgo energy, right? And we're in Virgo season. And it's about moving forward, yes. But you want everything to be perfect. And sometimes the Knight of Pentacles, he wants guarantees. He's all about, he takes so long because he's like a chess player. Well, if I do this and this will happen and that will happen and this will happen and that. And you can drive yourself a little bit nuts like that. The Fool doesn't do that. The Fool is all about, oh my gosh, look at this amazing experience that's coming in for me. I want to get there and I want to experience everything. He has support, that's what the little dog there represents. But I'm going to cough 1 second. Excuse me. But he doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going to happen on his journey. He doesn't know what's coming up for him. He doesn't really have anything with him, but he doesn't mind because he's in it for the experience. That's what it's there for. And he knows he'll land on his feet. No matter what happens, he wants the experience of it. But that can be a little frightening, right? So it involves a leap of faith, whatever it is that you're getting into, whatever it is that you're starting. And I kind of get the sense, I don't see the Fool as the new beginning. This is where we're getting ready to go. It's that transitional phase in between. And I think you're kind of there, but it's almost as if you've got 1 foot in a new situation, but you've still got 1 foot in the past. So there's not a clean cut. Something hasn't fully ended yet. That's what I'm getting with this coming up here, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Where's your focus? What's at the heart of the reading? We have the Ace of Wands. Passions, creativity, new projects, new creative projects, whatever it is. This is fire. This is your energy that you're putting out into the world. And you want to go, you may have a new passion, whether that's inspired by a person, a hobby, a project, whatever it is. Or this is what you want, right? Is that what you want? Are you looking to see what's my new passion? What's getting me now? Where do I go? And a lot of the signs have been getting this. I've seen so many aces come up for September. Now, we have this here. I'm wondering if it's someone that's getting you to feel like this. Because we have the King of Wands coming up here as a past energy. And I talked about him when he flew out at the beginning. Yes, could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But it's almost as if, I don't know, this kind of feels with him. And I'm just getting this, could be a very specific message for one person who needs to hear this. This is something that burned kind of hot and fast. But it kind of feels like it's over, or it's going into a new, it doesn't have to end, but that kind of, the way that relationship was, or your interaction with this person was, that's changing into something new. Especially with this Ace of Wands coming up here. This could have been you, maybe you had the chance to shine, or you've been socializing a lot or something, whatever it is. He's very entrepreneurial. For some of you, if you're entrepreneurs, you're business people, you've done this and you're starting something new now with the Ace of Wands, or you want to start something new. You're still not sure where you're headed, but you know that you want to start something new. We look at the past, and that could be last week, last month, last year. We look at the past because that's our foundation. It tells us where we're going. This is where we've been, so we know where we are and where we're headed from that. And the King of Wands energy, like I said, it's going to be different for everyone. It's general, so it kind of goes both ways. But what I'm getting with this guy coming up here, especially with the Ace of Wands there, it's almost as if you might have mastered something, especially if it's to do with business or work. And you want something fresh and you want something new. But yeah, it is a leap of faith because, if you're a king, you've mastered that. You've mastered whatever it is. if this is a relationship reading for you, it's almost as if whoever this person is, whether they're in your life now or not, they've had a huge impact on you. Like, this could be the person that when you go and date new people, you still kind of, try to compare them to him, or do they measure up? And I'm saying him because it's a King of Wands, but obviously whether you masculine, feminine, it doesn't matter. It's the energy of this guy. He is that master of the Wands suit. He's mastered it. So it's something new though. You want to go in a new direction, but this guy, whoever he is, he's affecting you in that. He's still there in some way. His memory, his thought, or that's the kind of that's what the measuring stick. Everyone has to measure up to him, whether to be like him or not be like him. But whatever it is, if this is you, if this is someone else, that's ended. That's the whole point of this energy here. We have the world coming up in the present, and it feels like this month is the kind of pivotal month where things are shifting. Things are changing. Now, I am seeing one story very clearly here, and it's almost as if for some of you, he's inspiring. For some of you, this is some kind of narcissistic ex that you just can't get away from. And it depends how we use the energy. Energy is just energy. The message from any one of these cards, the example I always give is, say it's fire, right? It could be it's fire. So I hand you over fire. The blessing of fire is that you can cook with it. You can stay warm with it. The curse of fire is that it can burn your house down. It could be a threat to life. But fire is still fire. And that's how energies in the reading work. For some of you, this is an amazing person. For others of you, this is someone who was amazing and it turned ugly, and that's kind of, that's not the point. The point is that it's affecting your new start, whether this was an awful boss, whether this was an amazing lover, whatever it was for you, because you're at this pivotal point now of starting something new. And the world is about, you might be tying up loose ends this month. This might be when you're leaving that behind. The world, as I always say, it doesn't just end. It's not like it ends tonight and then a new cycle begins tomorrow. It's transitional. Sometimes this can go on for months or years even, and we've reached the top of that mountain. It says, enjoy the view. You're about to start something new. And you want to start something new. Let's be clear on that. You may not know what it is that's getting you all passionate yet. That might be the problem. A lot of times people don't know what they want. They know they're out of a situation. It's like, what do I go into next? What do I want? And so this is about closing that off, understanding that you've learned everything that you needed to learn. Whatever this person's relationship was to you, whoever it was, even if it was you, if you've been this kind of character, very confident, very outgoing, just shining, doing whatever it is that you want to do, it's taught you a lot. It's given you a victory, and it won't always feel like that. I know that. 9 times out of 10 people will say to me, there's been no victory here, Jay. There's no successful completion. I just feel broken, or I've lost so much, or whatever, right? Because we don't really like change. We're creatures of habit, us humans, even when we desire change. But there is a huge victory wreath there. And it says everything that you needed to get out of that situation, you did. And I do believe in cycles. I do believe that everything comes back round, whether it's a new person that comes into our life that reminds us of something, a situation that we find ourselves in. We can usually trace it back to a situation that happened in the past, even if it's in a brand new person, brand new company, whatever. And that's when we know how much we learned, because then it comes back to us. We're like, we're different. I'm going to do things differently this time. I know how that goes. I'm not doing that again. And that's kind of where this is right now. But it's very telling. This is like that in-between worlds feeling. Not fully out of one situation, not fully going into a new. And why? Well, we have the devil coming up here. The devil talks about something holding you back. What is holding you back? What is power of you? What do you feel is stopping you from starting this new, whatever it is? You're being held back by something. I'm getting the sense that for some of you, there's a new relationship that's coming in for you. Like if this is a love reading, that's one way that energies can play out. But it's whatever this was, whoever this is, and you might still be with this person. And in that case, then if you're in a relationship already, something's still holding you back from starting afresh, starting anew, doing something new. Whatever it was that happened between the two of you. Because that's what the devil says. But the devil says, only those things that you allow to hold you back can hold you back. Now, for some of you, you might have become really confident. You might have started to step up and do all this stuff. But there's a situation that's coming in that's causing you to kind of fall back on old habits, go back to old behavioral patterns. That's what the devil can show too. This can be codependency, addictions, all those kinds of things. Now, they're difficult, yes, of course, and it feels like we're chained, but it's always we can break free. It may take a lot of effort to break free, but we can. For you, I feel breaking free, how you break free of this is this new passion, whatever it is that you want to go for. Starting something, it's an opportunity that comes in, but we must take the opportunity. Some of you kind of feel like, I don't know if I can, I don't know if that's fully ended yet. Yeah, it's ended. You're ready to go. You're ready to start something new, but it's a leap of faith. And you're feeling kind of stuck here. Why? What's the advice? The advice is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords, I see it's the trigger card. It's the old stories that we have. Each and every single person in this world walks around with 3 swords in their heart. We all do. Now, those can be the swords, their thoughts, beliefs, ideas, right? And those could be things that we picked up if it's about relationships, like our parents' relationship, or the relationships that we've been through, the stories that we tell ourselves. No one ever commits. No one ever does this. Or, how we feel about ourselves. And the thing is, we forget those 3 swords are there. Something happens. Someone does something. Someone comes in. This is that trigger. That's why I always say you can never change the trigger. You can only look at what was triggered. And usually what's triggered is you're reminded that one of these swords is there in your heart. And so whenever we get that, that's why it's always an opportunity to heal, to remove those 3 swords once and for all. How do we do that? Usually through forgiveness. And that's what is kind of this kind of energy that's coming in. When I see the devil in relationship readings, that's usually when the person's asking me, how do I cut cords? How do I do this? I can't let go of this person. It's one of the soulmate cards. It's karmic. Whatever that situation is, it's karmic. Doesn't mean we have to deal with them. Doesn't mean we have to stay with them to work through the karma. That's Saturn's card here. You have actually, it's an illusion. I always say, the devil and the lovers, they seem like 2 sides of the same coin for me. The lovers is the illusion of distance between yourself and what you love. The devil is the illusion of that you're stuck with this, that you're being held back by it, that you're tied to it. You're not. It's an illusion. And that's how the devil works, the energy of the devil. What has power over you? We give it power. We allow it to do that. If the world had come in after the devil, I would have said, there's going to be a resolution to this. It's coming in before. It's coming in before. So karmically, this is telling you victory. You've done everything. You've gone through everything that you needed to go through. And yet you're still feeling stuck. I can't take this new opportunity. And that's why the Three of Swords is telling you. It's because, whatever the hurt was, this is hurt. This is pain. This is, broken hearts. It's that kind of energy. How we move forward from it is forgiveness. And that can be very hard. No one has the right to tell you when to forgive, how quickly to forgive, to do anything. And it can be a process. It can take time, right? But we don't forgive for the other person. We forgive to release ourselves. I don't need your swords in my heart anymore. I'm good. You did what you did to me. It was the best that you could do in that time. You didn't know any better or whatever. For whatever reason you did it. But I will not be hurt by that anymore. You can have your swords back. And that's your advice. Because it feels like something amazing, big, huge, new is coming in. Like with all this stuff. The Fool, the Ace of Wands, the World card. But what's holding you back? And it's all connected to this King of Wands, whatever he represents for you. Yeah, all right. So, but I am getting that here. When I see the devil and I see the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups coming at me, it doesn't have to be another person. It doesn't have to be infidelity. It doesn't have to be that. But it can be, like I said, we're not fully out of one situation and we're kind of in another. And I am getting that here. And that's the kind of flavor of this third party situation. And third party situations can be anything. It can be our minds on work. We're hanging out with our friends too much. Three of Cups. How can we commit to something else? But it's messy. It feels messy. I'm not going to lie. And it's to do with some old hurt connected to this King of Wands. And with the Three of Cups coming up here with the devil. This might be someone who's got a drinking problem, who's resorting to alcoholism. Addictions can come up here. Or, old behavioral patterns with friends. We give too much. That codependency can come up with this. But we have the Alchemist coming up for this. This is, the Alchemist tells you, and that's what's, the world is telling you this as well. The King of Wands as well is telling you this. The Ace of Wands, everything's telling you. These 4 cards here. You know. This is knowledge. You have the knowledge. You have all the tools that you need. Do you have the confidence to use them? This is an illusion, guys. This is a lie. The devil is a lie. You feel like something's holding you back, that I can't do this. Whether it's people, whether it's whatever's happened before, and everything else here is telling you, no, 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 the lights are green. You can go on this. You can act on this. You have everything that you need to know. You have all the tools that you need. You've gone through so much to get all of this. Please have the confidence to use it. Don't let this, whatever this is, hold you back from moving forward into this major new life cycle that's coming in for you. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So if you've met someone that you're interested in, whether it's this King of Wands or not, for some of you, I feel like this is the person. This is the one that got away. This is the one that you want. But there's other messy stuff that's coming in that's stopping this connection. That's the one. For others of you, you've met someone else. You know, that is your person. But whatever the messy situation is in the past, and it's stopping you. But it doesn't have to be that it's an illusion, guys. That's the main thing here. Understand, it's an illusion. It's about taking back power, taking back control. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Everything is possible. This is about creating a beautiful new future. And think this, the Fool is the dreamer. Like, he doesn't know what's coming up ahead, but I always think that I was actually sat on the bus yesterday and I was thinking about the Fool. Yes, because I do that. And I was sat there thinking about the Fool because I kind of feel like that's the energy that I'm in at the moment. And a lot of people are. And he's kind of looking out and it's like, this is all mine. This is all mine to explore. He's so excited. He's like a kid that's going to go in and just going to go play. He's going to go crazy. You know, he's just going to go and enjoy everything. And it takes a kind of dreamer, you know, a romantic, whatever you want to call it, to have that kind of hope to go out there. But he's in the present, like he's standing at the edge of a cliff. That's the point of the Fool. You know, he has to climb down from there. He has to walk down from there. He has to find a path to how he's going to start his journey and to go forward. I mean, as much as he stands there enjoying the view and thinking, this is amazing, I want to go and do this, he needs to actually go and do it, right? And think about it. This is the end of the cycle, number 21. There's 22 cards in the Major Arcana. This is 21. Then it goes to 0, the Fool. That transitional phase, getting ready to go again. The Magician is the real beginning of the Major Arcana. It's number 1. And this is where you look in your toolkit and think, well, what do I know? What have I learned from this when I went through this? What tools do I have? Right. Do I have the confidence to use them now? Okay. So Loyal Heart talks about loyalty, right? And that's that kind of tricky thing here, that not being fully out of one situation. That might be what's making this complicated. Think about it. Maybe you're not with someone, if this is romantic for you. Maybe you're not with someone, but you're not fully out of that too. And it is completely messy. This feels messy at an emotional level. And this is what the question is about. It's like, am I being loyal? But are you being loyal to yourself? Are you being loyal to your dream? That's what Loyal Heart says too. It says if you've been loyal and, you know, to friends, family, lovers, whatever, you have every right to expect that back in return, first of all. Secondly, it's about being loyal to yourself. How do you be loyal to yourself? It means if you have a dream, you're loyal to that dream. You don't settle. You live as if that dream, and I posted something on Instagram yesterday, which was the 23rd of August, if you're watching this in the middle of September, about this thing. To believe, right? You believe, you live as if your life is that dream that you want. I don't know what gets you guys stuck here. I mean, I don't know how it turns into this, but it's all of a sudden, it's like as if you're running ahead, you're getting ready to go, and then bam, that chain kind of, you feel that chain around your ankle and it kind of tugs you back. But what is that chain? And it's going to be different for each and every single one of you. But be loyal to yourself and expect loyalty in return. Like, don't put up with shit from other people as well. You know, that's another thing. If you're a loyal person, you have every right to expect loyalty back. I don't care how amazing someone might seem. No one's that attractive or that amazing that you'd put up with them not being loyal to you when you've done nothing but be loyal to them. And, you know, in that case, it's very important. If you're starting this huge, major new life cycle, you're going forward now. Do you want to take this with you? That's the other thing that Loyal Heart would be saying. Who are you taking into this new future with you? Friends, family members, people at work. I mean, I talked about this romantically, even if it's a work situation. This might be where you found another job, you're scouting around, but it's, you know, it kind of feels a bit tricky that you haven't worked out your notice period yet. And so it kind of feels like you're not being loyal to the place that you're in. But this is about being loyal to yourself first. I kind of get the sense some of you are being very hard on yourself with that 3 of Swords there. Honesty comes up from the wisdom of the House of Night. Honesty. This is where you're asked to be honest and to demand honesty back in return. This feels big, especially with the loyalty coming up here. Honesty. That's that kind of messy situation here, this kind of third party thing that was coming in. But like I said, remember, it doesn't have to just be cheating. It could be, I get the sense, this is not black and white at all. There's so many different shades of grey here with this situation. And, you know, someone might say, but we went, you know, it's that whole, I just remembered from Friends. Oh God, I haven't seen that in ages. But in Friends when, I don't even remember their names now. Ross and Rachel, when, you know, she said, why are you cheating on me? He's like, no, but we were on a break. It's that kind of energy that's coming in. That's what it feels like. You know, both of them feel like they have their truth and they have their own truth. But this is about speaking your truth, hearing the other person's truth, talking it out. It can be cleared up. And it feels kind of messy. And this is the thing to overcome so you can move forward into all of this and this. Right, let's get you a postcard from Spirit. Fascinating reading, Cancer. Fascinating. Right, it says, Dearest you, did you know that when you stop fighting and accept everything exactly as it is right now, miracles start to happen? There is a freedom in this. And that's what it is. You don't feel free. I mean, the Fool does. The Fool's all about freedom. But you don't feel free with this energy here. Either it's the people around you or, you know, something is, you'd feel held back, that you can't go for this new opportunity that's coming in. There is a freedom in this kind of radical acceptance. Let go of unrealistic expectations and see things as they really are. Honesty, right? Being honest with ourselves, other people, not how you'd like them to be. You'll be surprised at how everything seems to fall into place. When you refuse to accept things, life gets messy. What did I say? This feels messy, right? You act messy and your world stays in chaos, tension and disarray. But don't try to force a change or manipulate circumstances. Instead, learn about what is in front of you and face it with your eyes fully open. Then you can decide, stay or go, sink or swim, move or stay still. Acceptance is the key to freedom and opens the door to the real opportunities waiting to be discovered. Set yourself and others free, loving you so much, always and forever. And this is a beautiful summing up almost of the energies that came up here. Said it much better than I tried to fumble my way through saying this. But yeah, very much so. It is messy. It feels messy. But, you know, don't forget that, the alchemist, the magician, you have everything that you need to be able to move forward. It's just, do you have the confidence to use what you have?